I need an agenda. Christine, I need an agenda. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Let me turn it on, I guess. Work.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning. It is still morning.
There.
This is Wednesday, July 19th. The time is about 11:21. I'm Michael Linder. I'm co-chair of the Legislative Committee. Ms. Gums, the other co-chair, is also present, and call the meeting to order. May we have a roll call, please?
Bates.
Here.
Doherty.
Here.
Molina.
Molina present.
Silva.
Was here.
Strathman.
Strathman here.
Gums.
Gums here.
Linder.
Linder here.
You have quorum in the room.
We have a quorum in the room. We had a remote attendance request from Mr. Doherty. If there's no objection, he's continuing to be an active participant in the meeting. Mr. Doherty, welcome. Approval of the minutes of June 21st. May I have a motion?
Bates moves.
Bates moves. A second.
Silva seconds.
Silva seconds. All in favor, say aye. No, we have to roll call.
Oh, roll call.
We have to roll call.
Bates.
Bates, yes.
Doherty.
Yes.
Molina.
Molina, yes.
Silva.
Yes.
Strathman.
Yes.
Gums.
Gums, yes.
Linder.
Linda, yes.
Approved.
Thank you. Come time for public comment. Did we have any online requests? I see no one online that I suspect.
I think Mr. Frank has a speech that he's labored over these.
Okay, so we're going on then, new business, a little bit of a legislative update from Ms. Gums.
Oh, yeah. Hey, hi, Gums here. We don't have a big meeting today. Our legislative update is mainly indicative of yesterday, the Safety Act was upheld by the Supreme Court. So they've given them 60 days to create new rules for the judiciary. So that will take effect on September 18th. No bail will be in place at that time. The governor also has signed quite a few bills, so we'll see what's left for veto session, and veto session starts on October 24th.
I was kind of quiet in Springfield right now, but
Kind of quiet.
it'll start cooking here pretty soon. All righty. Old business. We have a resolution supporting state legislation authorizing the licensing of county-owned fiber optics infrastructure to private entities. It should be noted that this resolution supports legislation. There is not currently a bill that it is supporting. So it's an idea that we're in support of. This was put forth by Mr. Iqbal. Mr. Iqbal is online. Would you like to speak to this resolution, Mo?
Yes. Yes, I would. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, this resolution was discussed one time. It pertains to the fiber optic lines that the county owns, north, south, I think several miles of them. We use them for our own business, governmental business, and but there is excess capacity with the county used to license to private entities. These are small retailers who needed part of the optic lines, and it helped us to lower our cost and maintain them. However, in 2018, I believe, or 19, this enabling act was repealed. We don't know why. And it was brought to my attention last year. Mr. Roger Fonstock's staff talked to me, and I moved it forward to Senator DeWitt's office. I talked to them. They were very supportive, and they promised me at the last minute, I think a month ago or so, that the bill would be put in the fall agenda. So they are initiating it, and Senator DeWitt also has talked to Senator Dave Syverson, and he's also supportive. I talked to Senator Castro's office, and I believe she is also, and we request that all of us should talk to or request this bill to go forward. I don't know the bill number at this point. It doesn't have it, but as soon as I have it, I will convey it to you, sir. One question that was asked last time during the discussion was that we don't say what the legislation should do or what the language should be. We don't have that language on the our state attorney's office would not recommend being very specific, and so we leave it there. We just support the legislation no matter what form it comes. There are 24 volumes of the legislation, and where it fits, we don't know. It's up to this senator how best he feels. So that's where we are, and I respectfully request that we pass this resolution. Senator has not asked that we have it, but I think it's a great idea that when we are talking to anyone, we should know that they should know that the board is behind it. Thank you.
Any discussion, Ms. Bates?
Bates moves. Are you looking for a motion to support this?
Yeah, we do need a motion. So
Bates
Bates
moves.
moves
Comes will second.
and Gums seconds. Any discussion?
I do have a couple comments.
Sure, Ms. Gums. Go ahead.
Comes. I absolutely support the idea. I want us to not lose out on any money. The one thing that I am concerned about is, it's really hard for me to wrap my mind around supporting legislation that actually isn't written yet. And the reason I say that is because if we say we're going to support legislation, which we do, we want to read that bill before we say we're going to support bill number, whatever. And the reason is oftentimes not maybe intended, but sometimes there'll be a poison pill in that bill. So that's something that I'm reluctant on, something that I think maybe we can talk through. But other than that, I support this, and I wanted to go through so we can fix this issue.
Yes, Ms. Bates.
So if we support this bill and there is a poison pill, I suppose we can take back our support or ask for a change to the bill.
That would be reason.
There is no bill, but when it happens.
Yeah.
If it comes up and we don't like it, we would withdraw our support.
Yeah, I would almost,
doesn't seem
my
clear.
thoughts would be that we would be endorsing a concept here.
Correct.
And when a bill is in place, we may actually do a second resolution for that bill or go
Excellent.
back and do some amendment or something. Ms. Strathman?
Would our endorsement today, it would send a message to Springfield, would it not?
It certainly would. And I think, Mr. Iqbal has done a good job of contacting some of the people to the north. I think we could work on some of the people to the south and get some people that might want to co-sponsor or sponsor as well.
Based on that, I think I will be supporting this today because I believe it is about a concept that we're supporting, not an actual bill.
Yeah.
And we can correct that if necessary.
Thank you. Mr. Roth.
I'm not on the committee, but a little background. Roger introduced it originally in administrative, I think, in May. And at that time, he says he has current contract of $500,000. He told me offline later, he's turned down this year another $500,000 of potential contracts because of the current state law. So it's in our best interest to get the law changed.
Yeah, and the problem is those people who were going to spend $500,000 found somebody else.
And that's what
They
Roger
may
said.
never
so-
come back. So
Exactly, and that's what Roger said. Also, I think this is a good opportunity for our new lobbyists to help us.
right. Thank you.
That's all. Thank
Yeah,
you.
the lobby contract has finally been signed and will be
Right.
up and running with that by very soon here.
By 1 PM today, you said?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Any other comment on this? If not, then we'll take a roll call vote.
Bates,
yes.
Doherty,
Yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Silva,
Oh, yes.
Strathman,
Strathman, yes.
Gums,
Gums, yes.
Linder,
Linder, yes.
passes.
Comment, please. I know it's too late, but I just want to thank Mr. Iqbal
Oh,
for working on this.
absolutely. It's, thanks, Mr. Ekpa. It's never too late to say
No
thank you.
problem. Appreciate it.
Okay, so, co-chair comments. I think
Old business.
old business. Oh, we have some old business.
Yeah, not on the agenda, but I'm just curious, we finally did get that contract signed, as you mentioned.
Right.
One of the things mentioned was that they were going to help us get an agenda for them, what we expect of them. How is that going to take place? Are they going to meet with the committee? Are they meeting with the chairs? What's happening?
Ms. Gums, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Doherty. So I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago, we collaborated and got a letter out to all of our electeds and our department directors. I think you were maybe CC'd on that as well. So we are receiving communications from all those department directors and electeds. And as soon as we have, and I'm going to be sending out a reminder. So if you're listening to legislative and you're an elected or a department director, please send me your legislative agenda or Mike Linder. And so once we compile that, then we can get on board with our lobbyists and say what, and then we'll have to come up as the legislative committee and create a legislative agenda going forward. They're going to help us navigate that. They also will be introduced to this committee. We have the details of that I don't have yet. Gary, I'm just not going to lie to you. They'll be invited here to come and speak with everybody, and we will welcome them. And that's how all that's going to happen, I guess. Does that answer your question? I know I'm.
Yes and no. The point is, this has been dragged on forever, and we only meet once a month. And I just want to see us being as expeditious as possible before we get into session again. You know, bills can be brought up in veto session.
Right.
And I want, because we've done a lot of work. The chairs have done a tremendous amount of work. Thank you very much. I want to make sure that we make good use of it as soon as possible. And that's my only point, is that things are now on fire and it's happening.
Right. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Doherty. Your point is well taken. We've had a signature on the contract for about 4 days now, so it's not something we could obligate their calendar to until we have the contract in place. So hopefully it's going to happen momentarily almost. Mr. Frank.
One thing I can suggest after talking with Mr. Bales at McGuire Woods is if you get your legislative agenda together, you have to vote on it as a board or as a committee. Once that agenda has been set, you can then provide it to them. They will have to come and report on efforts made at your meetings. I did specifically talk with him about having like a designated person or anything like that for late night situations, anything like that. He said that that's rarely, if ever, come up. So as far as you guys operating as a committee to direct them, he said that that won't be a problem.
Thank you very much.
Right, thank you. And yeah, we will be looking for some help to put that stuff together in terms of formatting and so forth. Some of the suggestions we're getting from departments, by the way, are just kind of general kinds of things. They need to be a little bit more specific to work on it. It's more important if they actually have a bill that's been written that they want us to support. That comes to the first thing we talk about, obviously. You know, we'll make this work. We need to. We're spending a lot of money on it, and it certainly will be a successful program for them, I'm sure. Anything else under old business? Okay. Co-chair comments, I guess we've done that. So are we approving minutes today? Okay, it's on the agenda, but we're not. Okay, so there's no need for an executive session. And no need for public comment. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Wait, are we done?
Yeah.
Is there a second?
I'll second.